Welcome. This is a brief overview of the County 8-ball rules. The first thing is to determine who breaks first. Be a lag. Both opponents will take a ball from the break string. Whichever opponent gets their ball closest to this end rail will break first. The ball can come back and hit this end rail, or it don't have to hit the end rail. But whichever one gets closest to this end rail without scratching, of course, would break first. So in this case here, this ball is closest to this end rail. So this person will break first, and then from then on, the winner breaks the rest of that match. And it's a race to 7. First one gets to 7 wins and advances in the tournament. Now on the break shot, after the break shot, the table is still open. So if I break and I make a ball, let's just say if I made that stripe, I don't necessarily have to take stripes. Matter of fact, the table is still open. We won't be deciding what color you are until somebody makes a ball next. That will determine what color you are. So after the break shot, the table is still open. This is a call shot game, which means you have to call your ball and pocket. You don't have to call kisses or how it gets there. You just have to call the ball in the pocket. But it's a gentleman's understanding that you don't have to call the obvious one. So if I was calling 2 ball in the side pocket, I can say 2 ball in the side pocket, but I don't have to do that because it's obvious that that's where I was trying to make that ball. So 2 in the side. You don't have to call them, but you can if you want to. But if it's going to be a combination shot, something that's just not obvious, then you do need to call that and make that for sure. So 9 in the side, I have to call those. If I'm calling a bank shot, 4-5 rail kick shot, I need to call those shots. So again, it's a gentleman's understanding, but it is a call shot game. If I call a ball in the pocket, so I say I call the 12 ball in the side pocket, but I make the 14 ball. I didn't make the ball that I said I was going to make. That ball of mine would stay down. I just lose my turn. That's the penalty. So if you don't make a ball if you make a ball that you didn't intend to make without making your ball, then that ball stays down. You just lose your turn. If I call the 12, I call the 12 in the side, and I make them both. That's just a bonus. I get to keep that one. So it is a call shot game. Call the ones that are not the obvious shots. A foul results in cue ball in hand. It means I can place the cue ball anywhere on the table I want to. I don't have to put it just up here behind the breaking string. I can put it anywhere I want to. A foul would be a scratch. A foul would be hitting the opponent's ball first. A foul would be not hitting a ball at all. But anytime you foul, results in cue ball in hand. And if, say, I call the 5 in the side and I scratch, that means my ball comes out. Anytime I make one of my balls in foul, that ball has to be spotted. The opponent's ball would stay down, but my opponent would decide whether to spot it here or to spot it here. The opponent gets to decide where it's spotted. Now, what results in a good hit is the first thing that has to happen is I have to hit my ball first. The cue ball has to hit my ball first for it to be considered a good hit, and then the key word is after. After I make a good hit, then a ball has to get to a rail. It can be my object ball, it can be the cue ball, or it can be the opponent's ball or the 8 ball, just any ball. A ball has to get to the rail. So just some examples. Say I'm stripes, and I kick at this 15 ball. I made a good hit, but the 15 ball didn't get to the rail. The 1 ball didn't get to the rail. My cue ball didn't get to the rail. That results in a bad hit. My opponent would have cue ball in hand. So again, the first thing that has to happen is they have to hit my ball first, and then a ball has to get to the rail. So just some more examples. Let's say that ball is frozen on the rail. 15 is froze, and I hit that ball, and it comes off like that. That's a bad hit because the cue ball didn't get to the rail, and this ball, if it's frozen, has to get to another rail. So if I say I hit that cue ball, I hit that ball, and then that cue ball hit a rail, that's a good hit. If this ball hits that ball and then the 15 gets to another rail, that's a good hit when it's frozen up on the rail like that. Won't happen that often, but that is a possibility. So again, the thing to remember is you have to hit your ball first, and then a ball has to hit the rail. So it doesn't mean that you hit a rail first and then hit your ball. You have to hit your ball first, and then a ball gets to the rail. Have to shoot with 1 foot on the floor. Can't sit on the table and shoot. You can sit on the edge of the table as long as you've got a foot, one foot on the floor to make it legal. There's a 4 consecutive foul rule. If you make 4 consecutive fouls in one game, that results in the loss of that game. But just say I shoot the 4 on the side and I scratch, so that's 1 foul. My opponent shoots, and then it comes back to my turn, and I make another foul. I make a ball and scratch. That's 2 fouls in a row. My opponent shoots and it comes back to me, and now I make a good hit. Now my foul count starts back over at 0. Once you make a good hit, it goes back to 0 and it starts over. But 4 consecutive fouls in one game results in a loss of game. Won't happen very much, but that is a possibility. I think that's pretty much it. So good luck. See y'all later.